This film is the bookend to the Planet of the Apes prequel trilogy. As the bookend, we are trying to get to that place that we start at the beginning of the original Planet of the Apes, where the astronauts come back from space and they see that the world has flipped on its head, where apes are in charge, apes are intelligent, and humans are the lower species, and they're dumb, and they're subservient to the apes. So how do we get to that moment? In the first movie, The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, we introduce Caesar. He's a little kid, he grows up. In the last movie, Koba and Caesar basically leading assault against the humans, and Koba wants to fight the humans, Caesar wants peace. Now we get to the events of this movie. The simian virus, which was introduced in the second movie, has now altered and mutated to where instead of killing humans, it's now making them primitive and dumb and taking away their ability to speak. Caesar has his apes huddled in the forest. He wants peace. He wants nothing to do with it. The humans obviously want to take down the hyper-intelligent apes because, frankly, the events of the second movie, and they think that they are on the way down, that this role reversal is indeed going to happen. In the events, Caesar's family is murdered by a small group of assassins from the humans, and Caesar in his anger decides, I'm going to go take revenge on the colonel who ordered it. On his journey to basically find the colonel, he picks up a couple new members. He picks up another funny ape who does add a little bit of levity to the movie, and he picks up this little orphan girl to show the true role reversal. They want to show the apes are becoming humans and humans are becoming apes. The colonel, played by Woody Harrelson, who is fantastic in this film, he's sort of on this opposite journey where he's not showing humanity. He puts the apes into internment camps where he's making them forcibly work. He's whipping the apes, he's crucifying the apes. He even talks about his own self-sacrifice where he had to kill his own son because he got the virus. He has to kill soldiers to get this virus because he wants humans to survive, and he thinks the only way he can do this is to be ruthless and less human. I think this movie is just fantastic, and for me, my personal taste is I like comedies. I tend to like lighter movies. This movie has a lot of dark themes. It's a really heavy movie, really sort of tough to watch. It sort of feels like you're watching a World War II film where you're seeing all these prisoners in camps and you're seeing these soldiers who are kind of evil, looking down on them. It brings a lot of parallels to events that happened to us in the real world and during World War II. It is just so well made. It hits the themes perfectly. You feel for Caesar, even though he's an ape. You feel for his humanity and the way he is. Woody Harrelson's Colonel, he's not just some token bad guy that you see in every film. He is a true villain that you hate. You hate him for torturing the apes. You hate him for his resolve, for killing his own soldiers, for killing his own son. You absolutely hate him. And his performance is just so good in the way he brings about it. They also use a couple of the side characters pretty well. They have this new funny ape, and he sort of repeats things that he heard to him when he was at the zoo, like, bad ape, bad. This little girl, she's used sparingly. She's more used to complement the apes, but her physical acting is pretty strong in this movie. Everything she does has to do with like sign language to communicate with the apes, like I'm thirsty, like things like that. I think she did a pretty good job despite having no actual lines. The trilogy as a whole has been really strong. I've enjoyed all three movies. I think they did a wonderful job building up from the beginning, from where they had this first hyper-intelligent ape to this point now where humanity is kind of at its lowest. They're about to basically be these primitive beings, whereas apes are going to take that high role of the intelligent leaders of the planet, and it's basically going to set up to the original Planet of the Apes way back in the day when it was made.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
We're talking about huge potential for millions of people.
Apes! Together! Strong!
I have a message for you, Colonel.
I came for you.